President Obama was out on the campaign trail again today, this time touring that union-run Boeing production facility in Washington State. The president announced a new plan to boost manufacturing, but it sounded a bit like a campaign speech. Take a listen.
That does not mean that we've got to just sit there and settle for a lesser future. I don't accept that idea. You don't accept that idea. America is a place where we can always do something to create new jobs and new opportunities and new manufacturing and new security for the middle class, and that's why I'm here today. That's our job. That's what we're going to do together.
But here's a question someone posed today. Are President Obama's policies responsible for the decline and fall of the American economy, as Peter Ferrara suggested in his Forbes op-ed? Or are the president's policies actually improving the economy? Here now to debate is CNBC contributor Jared Bernstein, former chief economist of Vice President Joe Biden, and Dan Mitchell, senior fellow at the Cato Institute. You know what, Jared, we're going to hear this for 9 months. Both sides are going to be seizing the counterfactual, and I hate the counterfactual argument. The Republicans are going to be saying that if it wasn't for the uncertainty, we'd be doing better, and the Democrats are going to be saying without stimulus, we would have gone to 14%, and no one can prove either, and we're just going to be talking at each other.
I think you're right. And by the way, I want to give you kudos for the long day you're working today, man. You must have gotten started many hours ago.
I did. Duty calls, Jared.
Yeah, well, hard-working dude. Look, let me tell you from experience that both sides should not waste their breath on that one, because people just don't do counterfactuals. I found that out the hard way. What people care about is whether the economy is getting worse or getting better. And I don't think anyone, and by the way, I put Larry Kudlow solidly on this list, would argue that the economy is getting worse. I mean, the economy is getting better, and I can tick you through some statistics. GDP, unemployment, payroll, corporate profits, the stock market. I just read today the stock market up 60% over President Obama. And apparently, I didn't know this, he's one of 5 presidents who can make that claim. Corporate profits highest on record as a share of national income going back to 1947. So I just think that kind of decline and fall, I mean, that's not even credible. It's just wave the keys, look over here. That argument's not going anywhere.
Dan, just to get you started, I know people say this recession was worse and different than any other one, but after the deep 80 and 82 recessions, didn't we have a couple of 900,000 months of job additions? Didn't we have a couple of 7 or 8% GDP quarter? I mean, you can argue that something's holding us back, right?
Well, first, I agree with Jared. People don't do counterfactuals, and I think Obama is very fortunate that we're going into an election with things appearing to get better, even though I think there's a very strong case to be made that he has retarded the economy's bounce back. This has been historically a very, very weak recovery. We haven't gotten that strong 6-7% growth we got under Reaganomics, but that doesn't matter to people if they think things are moving in the right direction, and if Republicans can't really offer a compelling alternative because they're too timid or something like that, then maybe Obama's in good shape. But the key thing is, should America be doing better? Obama's rhetoric at the Boeing plant was good, but his policies, very high corporate tax rate, 4th highest capital gains and dividend taxation in the world when you factor in double taxation, according to Ernst & Young. These are the things that we need to fix if we really want middle-class jobs.
Dan, it's kind of interesting. I understand the administration. I think Geithner announced this the other day. The administration is going to be coming out very soon with a corporate tax reform proposal to bring down the rate and broaden the base, something I know you and others on this show have been calling for a long time. Look, the one thing I would object to in Dan's rap, which I actually thought was pretty reasonable, is A, the assault on the president's policies, whose fingerprints are all over these improvements, and B, the idea that somehow people think things are getting better. No, things are getting better. Are they where they need to be? No, but are they getting better? It's not a matter of people somehow are illusioned that they are getting better.
No, they are getting better, but would they have gotten better if instead of continuing Bush's policies of too much spending and more intervention, what if Obama did a Clinton and actually reduced the burden of government? I think the economy would be doing much better. So I'm not here to make a partisan point. I want Obama to be like Reagan or Clinton. Clinton. I don't want Obama to be like Bush, and I think that's what he's been like so far.
Again, I think you make some very interesting points. And if you look at the president's budget, part of this is this Budget Control Act. You're talking about over $2 trillion of spending cuts. I mean, he takes me out of my comfort zone on that stuff. So I'd argue that, again, just like with the corporate tax thing, he's there. He's there.
I hope he's there on the corporate tax thing. I'm holding my breath. But on the spending side, you're using Washington math. You look at Obama's budget, spending in 2022 will be $2 trillion higher than it is today.
Yeah, that's not a budget cut. That's not there. I'm using CBO math. I'm using CBO scoring. And in fact, that's just a reflection of whatever baseline you want to choose.
Hey,
you look at the share of the economy.
I'd rather use honest numbers, though.
Jared, try this on for size.
Sure.
This is an unbelievable country and an unbelievable economy, and you know, I think even some Democrats talk about American exceptionalism. I know you don't like to that much because we're egalitarian and we love the world, blah, blah. I saw the pillars in Germany when he spoke over there. But we are exceptional here, and we're supposed to do well here. The market's supposed to go up. I mean, things can happen in spite of policies because we're a resilient people and an incredible economy, the envy of the world, right?
Joe, listen, Joe.
I mean, you can't hold it back.
We're
at 8.3%, and we're growing at 2%. 3.5 years into his election.
With respect, Joe, what you're trying to do here is, you know, understandable. There may be even some logic to it, but for better or worse, for better or worse, you know as well as I do, presidents get blamed when things go badly, and they get credit when things go well. Full stop, period, end of sentence.
You're right.
But imagine how well America would be doing if we had Hong Kong policies. That's where the exceptionalism would really take off.
Yeah, well, if that's where you have to go, I'm afraid you're going to have a very tough climb there, Dan.
All right, guys, thanks. Jared, I see you like every week, and it's nice either on this show or somewhere else.
Morning, night.
Great to see you.
Hang out with you.
Dan Mitchell, thank you as well.